about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually alright. You're okay. You have more power than you.
I'm making a horror fishing game where you have to get your dad's limbs to piece them back together. In the last devlog, we set up a fishing system, established a retro look, and added a pride system. Today, we're going to build the world of the game. First up, I need to make the player actually able to catch the dad's limbs. This is a free model that I got, which is already broken up into pieces. So I've attached a box collider and given them a special tag which the bobber recognizes. I've also added a list of bools where each element represents a limb, and by checking the script attached to the limb of the player knows which limb it is. And once each element of the limb list is true, you win. But now we need to consider how the player is going to know they won. It's time to add a win screen. I decided for now it was going to be simple, and I was just going to have a simple typewriter style text appear on the screen. Apparently there's a really simple and smart way to do this, but I just had a function that was called every half second that added a letter to a text object as soon as the player won the game. I probably could have done this better, but oh well. That would have required me to watch a tutorial or something and pause the video I'm watching on the side. By the way, I was watching Japan Sinks 2020, which is actually really sad, but one scene I found a little funny because, well, you see, I also didn't add post-processing before because I thought with the universal render pipeline you couldn't do post-processing. And then I found out that was just a checkbox you had to click. Then that still didn't work because apparently there's another checkbox you have to click. And I ended up clicking like 20 things, and I don't think I undid them trying to get grain and lens distortion to work, so maybe the game is just broken, but who knows. But now I've added chromatic aberration, some grain, vignette, and some lens distortion, just to make it look a little bit more like a CRT screen. I'll probably add an overlay later. Now, if you don't know what chromatic aberration is, it's basically an outline of color which comes from glass lenses not aligning color all into one point, causing a bit of a blurriness. It's what you can see here. You've definitely seen it before in other horror games or PlayStation style games, but if you didn't know what it was, now you do. Okay, let's build the world. My plan is to use all the rocks and just paint them in the design of the map we made last episode. I've designed it in a way that makes it large enough so people can get lost, but not too large that takes forever to travel. Maybe I'll chuck in a bit of a maze later, who knows. Oh, and if you're wondering what this guy in the middle is, I guess you just shouldn't lose your father's pride in you, so you don't have to find out. This is the current state of the monster though, so probably nothing to be too worried about. Anyway, the world. So I tried Prefab Painter, but it turns out that's dumb and I couldn't get it to work because it used paint objects, and I don't understand enough about making your own windows and plugins and all that stuff. And there was another Prefab Painter, but that cost money. So instead I found out about Polybrush. Basically it allows you to paint on prefabs and do other stuff with the terrain. I added all the rocks, but when I painted them they were all really flat, which made no sense because that's not what the rocks look like. It turns out that's just because it was inheriting scale proportions of the parent, and when I moved them out of the sand they sprung back to normal. I mean, that's an oversimplification. This issue actually took me a really long time to solve. Anyway, I drew out the basic area and had a simple map. Then I put some trees around some rocks, and now we just need to spread some limbs out among the map. So let's explore a little. Spoilers, by the way, though this will probably change, so I don't know if that really matters. First, we've got our little tutorial zone, which will teach you about fishing and getting limbs. Then we've got our open world map, which is a couple of branches. First, we have a split path, which probably needs a bit more work, a little key area, and then a final path, which will be locked off until you do something. And then at the end, there will be an altar to put your dad back together. But it just feels lifeless. The fish aren't spawning, and if you can't get fish while exploring, you'll go insane. So it's time to make our fish spawner a little better. I decided to make it so that each spawner has a certain coordinate zone where the fish can spawn. This will allow me to easily make the map larger. I also added a bit of code which changes how many fish spawn each second per area. So in the starting area it's 1, but in the big area it's 10. There may be a couple too many fish though, so we need to optimize a little. And by that, I mean lower the render distance, so that less fish are rendered. And easy peasy. Also, I had to add a max fish amount because if there's a million fish, that's probably not good for your PC. So there's also a variable on each spawner to determine that. So that's the world. Time to playtest, I guess. Okay. We're in our boat. Just need to catch a couple fish. Okay. First limb down. Easy peasy. Oh my god, this is so hard to navigate. Okay, we'll go this way. I'll catch a fish and get my pride up first before I go in. Oh my god, where is it? Oh my god, I'm running low. Wait, come on, fish, come on. Okay, we got it. Where are the fish? No, where? No, come on, fish, come on, no! Damn it. Alright, well, doing that, I think I should probably add a mini-map, but I'll do that next devlog. See ya.